This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening. Today we are discussing about triggers. What is a trigger? Trigger is like a procedure. Listen, why we are calling it as a procedure? See, procedure, function, trigger, package. Everything is permanently saved in the database. So they are called as objects basically. What is the use of procedure? To perform any one business task, we will create a procedure. What is the use of function? To perform a task and immediately to return a value to the calling object, we will create function. Then why are you creating packages? Packages are useful to group the procedures and functions together. If they were grouped, the performance automatically increased by decreasing such time for the specific procedure or function. Then what is the use of trigger? Triggers are nothing but procedures, like procedures. They are useful to do some background operations. What kind of background work they are doing? So first let me introduce trigger, then I will explain the real-time use of triggers. Trigger is a database object like procedure. What is the use of trigger? Triggers are useful or triggers are executed automatically. Triggers are executed automatically, remember. So you don't write trigger calling statement and we don't use execute command. Triggers are executed automatically based on user action. What kind of action it is? The user action may be at session level, DDL level, or DML level. The user action may be at session level or DDL level or DML level. Means if the user is doing something in the session, for that action you can define trigger in the background. Then trigger is executed automatically. Similarly, DDL level actions also you can define triggers. And for the DML operations, we can create triggers. Generally, what is the use of the triggers? See, before understanding this, just tell me how to find out constraints on a table. How to find constraints on a table. Say, select constraint name from user constraints where table name equal to, listen carefully, table name equal to, suppose if you are using stud, then it will display constraints like this. Listen carefully. Actually, whenever I am creating stud table, whenever we are creating stud table, We are writing table name in small case. Whenever we are creating stud table, we are writing table name in small case. If it is so, whenever you are selecting constraints, why did you write the table name in capital case? If you want to select this constraints in the condition, why did you write the table name in capital case? If I write table name in small case, is it display the information or not? It will not display. Why it is so? Again, whenever you are creating the table, you are writing the table in small case. Table created. Happy. But whenever you are selecting constraints from the same table, why we need to write the table name in capital case? I am giving small case table name, but why should I write table name here in capital case? There is a reason. See, listen, what you are creating, create table stud. Whatever the table it is, leave it. Okay. So it is a SQL query that is passed to Oracle engine, and under Oracle engine you have SQL engine. It will compile that. From there it is communicating with Oracle database. So under Oracle database, how many parts? Data dictionary, actual data. Under data dictionary, somebody is maintaining your tables information. Somebody is maintaining your tables information. Who is that? Under data dictionary, there is a system defined table, user underscore tables. What you are creating? Table. Okay. That table name is passed to Oracle database. The table definition created under data dictionary. Like student, you are creating so many tables. All your tables are maintained under user underscore tables. All your tables are maintained under system defined table called as user underscore tables. Here is some logic is there. See, see, the table name is saved under one column. It is a table. Under this table, there is a column name, table name. Under this column, your table name is inserted as stud. This is a system defined table. Under this table, there is a column name, table name. This column containing all your table names in capital case. All your table names in capital case. Why? Listen. You are creating small case table name, but finally it is saved in capital case. Who is converting that table name in capital case? See. So once the information came to user underscore tables, before insert the details of table, into the columns, here the information is passed to trigger. Trigger is a program. Then what will happen? The trigger will convert your tables information into capital case. Trigger convert the tables information into caps. So here it is making conversions. Then the converted details means converted into uppercase, the converted details will be inserted into column. You can create any table. Each table is coming into same way. You are creating table, pass it to Oracle engine, from there SQL engine, from there Oracle database. From there it is passed to user tables, but before entering into user tables, the same data is passed to trigger. Trigger will make conversions. The converted data will be inserted into corresponding object columns. Understand? Here it is not happening. The data cannot be directly inserted. It is not coming into this way. It should go through trigger. Trigger make conversions. Converted data inserted into columns. So you define the trigger like that. So what is the benefit, sir? By using trigger, what is the benefit? Okay, it is converting. What is the benefit? You can create thousands of tables. All tables information saved in capital case. Then finally, what type of data under this table you have? All caps. Some people enter mixed case data, some people are giving capital case data, some people are giving small case data. But finally, the data is saved in the system defined table in the form of uppercase. So complete table data should be in uppercase. That is called as maintaining uniform business data. Maintaining uniform business data. So already here you have capital case table name. That's why whenever you are giving the table name, you should specify in capital case. Understand? You must specify in capital case. Remember. Okay. Now, next one. Coming to the point of triggers right now. You can define triggers at 3 levels. Session level means you can define triggers for 3 types of user actions. That is session level user actions, DDL level user actions means for any DDL commands, trigger is executed. We can define trigger at session level, DDL level, DML level. Session level means if you did anything in the login session, trying to change background color, you are not permitted. Trying to change font size, you are not permitted. Trying to do something here that is not permitted to you, then for that reason they can create triggers. Okay. Similarly, for any DDL command actions, DDL command executions, we can define triggers, and also for any DML level triggers also we can define triggers. Now, in our session, in our training, we are discussing about only DML level. Why? Because DDL level actions and session level actions controlled by DBA. So we don't worry about it. So now we are discussing about DML level triggers. What is a DML level trigger? See, we can define triggers for any DML operation. We can define triggers for any DML operation. Then DML level trigger is invoked and executed automatically. For any DML operation on the table, hold on, we can define DML level triggers, or we can define these triggers for any DML command execution. And then these triggers, then DML level trigger is invoked and executed automatically for any DML command on the table. For any DML command execution on the table. And generally, DML level triggers are used to maintain uniform business data. Uniform business data means all the character data in capital case or all the character data in small case. Don't maintain mixed case data. It is not recommended in the real time. Next one. And also to maintain audit information of the table. Generally, DML level triggers are defined for two reasons: to maintain uniform business data and also to maintain audit information of a table. Okay, what are the components in the trigger? Any trigger has three parts. Any trigger has three parts. That is trigger event, trigger restriction, trigger action. What is trigger event? The reason why the trigger is executing. The reason why the trigger is executing, that is called as trigger event. Next, the reason why trigger is executing, if you make insert or delete or update, then trigger is executed automatically. That is the reason. So DML command is nothing but trigger event. Trigger restriction. Okay, I am doing insert. Before insert you want to execute trigger, or after insert you want to execute trigger. Again, before insert you want to execute trigger, or after insert you want to execute trigger. So that is called as trigger controlling. So trigger restriction will control execution time of the trigger. Trigger restriction is controlling execution time of trigger. Next, trigger action. Okay, I am doing insert command on the table. Assume that we are doing insert command. For that insert operation, what is the target of trigger? What it will do? That is called as, the task of a trigger is called as trigger action. The task of a trigger is called as trigger action. Now, triggers are two categories: row level trigger and statement level trigger. Row level trigger means trigger is executed for each record. How to define a trigger as row level? Within the trigger creation, if you write this statement for each row, if you write the statement before declaration, then trigger is executed or defined at row level. Suppose you are updating records. 100 records are updating. 100 times trigger will be executed. 100 times trigger will be executed. Next, statement level trigger. It is not worry about how many records are affecting. For any DML command, irrespective of records, this is executed only once. For any DML command, statement level trigger is executed only once. It will not worry about how many number of records are affecting by your DML command. And along with triggers, we can use two record functions. We can use two record functions, that is colon new dot column name and as well as colon old dot column name. What is colon new? It will access new value from the column. Colon old dot column name, it will access old value from the column. New dot column name means it will access new value. Old dot column name means it will access old value. How to create a trigger? Create or replace trigger name before or after. This is trigger restriction and this is trigger event. Before or after, insert or update or delete on table for each row. And remember, in procedure and function creation, we don't use declare keyword. But in trigger creation, if you want to declare variables, compulsory use declare keyword. You must use declare keyword. Okay. Now declare begin end of the trigger. Again I am repeating, create or replace trigger name before or after, insert or update or delete on this table for each row, declare begin block end of the trigger. How to compile trigger? Slash, then it will display trigger created. Don't think about all these things. Simple. Why is the trigger? We will create triggers to perform some background operations. What are the background operations? Before data inserted into table, before or after updations and deleting of data from the table, we can do some background work by using trigger. Triggers are executed automatically. Simple example I am giving. It's very easy. Hold on. See, there is a table employee. Very simple example I am giving. Employee. It is having employee name, city columns. You can insert data. Consider the above table and maintain all the data should be in capital case. You can insert the data. You can submit the data in small case or capital case or mixed case, but finally the table should contain capital data. How? Very easy. See here, in the background I will create a trigger. Create or replace procedure. No, what we are creating? Trigger. Trick underscore upper. So before insert operation, before insert or update. You may update or insert. On which table you are doing? Employee. For each row, I want to convert the data into uppercase. Begin the new value coming into ename column, that should be equal to uppercase of new value coming into ename. Finish. So here ename is converted into uppercase. Next, colon new dot city value, that should be equal to colon new dot city, that should be equal to new dot city. End of the trigger. The trigger name is trig underscore upper. Create or replace trigger name before insert or update on employee. For each row, again I'm repeating, you are creating a trigger. For which purpose you are creating trigger? To maintain all the data in this table in uppercase. So before insert operation into this table, before update operation into this table, see, that's why on employee, before insert or update on employee, for each row, begin convert the new value of ename into caps, and also convert the new value of city into capital case. End of the trigger. So what is your target? Yeah, see, new, it will access new value from ename column. You are giving one record. Listen carefully. You are giving one record. From that record, new will access new value. Generally, after update and insert, inserting new value. After update also you have new value. Generally, old dot column name, it will access old value. Means before update there should be old value. Before delete also there should be old value. Okay, new can access new value from column, old can access old value from column. Yeah, from the table it will access. First understand this example, then it is easy to understand. Hold on. What is our target? Consider a table employee with columns ename, comma city. Okay, so maintain all the data in uppercase. How can I? First create a table. Create table employee. First column ename, varchar2 of 20, and city. This is also like varchar2 of 20. Table created. Table created. What is the next target? Create the trigger. Already we have written this trigger here. Create or replace trigger, trigger name before insert or update something. Copy, come to here, paste it. Trigger created. Trigger created. Okay, let me insert records. Insert into employee values. What are the values you are inserting? Ajay, Delhi. Record inserted. Next, Vijay, Chennai. Next, Kiran, HYD. Jack, Kenya. See, different values with different case. All small, capitals and small, capitals and small, small and capital. But once insertion is completed, check data from the table. Select star from employee. Is there any mixed case data? No. All your table data is in capital case. All your table data is in capital case. This is the purpose of trigger, to maintain complete business data in uniform case. That is one reason. Another one, all of you listen. From the same table I am asking questions. See, how many employee records inserted today? Today I am talking about. How many employee records changed today? Before change, what is the value? After change, what are the values? Is there any employee records deleted today? Again, I am repeating. Today inserted employee records. Today changed records. Today deleted records. I want to know the effective data for today working business day. So the effective data for working business day is called as audit data. See, you are maintaining perfectly employee table. Every according to your business working day, every working day, some changes are happening in the table. Maybe new records inserted, maybe old records deleted, maybe some records are changed. I want to see that changes. What are the records inserted for today? Only I want to see that records. I don't want to see yesterday record. What are the records deleted today? And what are the records changed today? How do I know that? Understand? So, if you want to maintain audit information of the table, we will create triggers. If you want to maintain audit information of the table, we will create triggers. Simple trigger I am going to create. Listen carefully. First, my table name is, I want to maintain separate table to maintain new records for the working business day. Creating a new table to maintain new records from working business day. Create table, table name. So audit new EMP. Okay, open the bracket. E-name varchar 2 of 20. City, it is also varchar 2 of 20. And also inserted date means registered date. Registered date is date type data, and by default, what is the value? The value is sysdate. By default, it is sysdate, registered today. Okay, status, registered or cancelled. What is the status? So status, it is varchar2 of 20, and here also I'm using a default word. What is the default word? Registered. This is the default word I want to use. Close it. This is a separate table. It maintains new employee information every day. Only from working day it is maintaining new employees information. Okay, how to create a trigger to catch that data? Actually, records inserting into employee table, but the same record inserting into this table also. Who will do that? Trigger. Create a trigger to insert new records from working business day into above table. Into above table. How to create it? Create or replace trigger trig new. It is catching new data. Before insert, only for insert operation I'm creating trigger. Before insert, on employee table, for each row, begin insert into same record I want to insert into audit new EMP. So insert into audit table, its new record into EMP table. What are the values you are inserting? E-name value and city value. So here values, new record means always new values. Who will access new values? New dot ename, comma, new dot city. End of the trigger. Trig new, finish. Trig new, finish. Again I am repeating, you are creating a table. What is the meaning of this table? The table maintains new records from the working business day. Current business day, it is maintaining new records. Next one is, here another one is, this is a trigger. Who will maintain that new information into above table? So let me create the table first. It is easily understandable, don't worry. See, here let me create audit table. Table created. Okay. Now let me create a trigger. Let me create a trigger. Trigger created. Select star from employee. Yes, we have the data. Select star from audit new EMP. No rows. After this table created, after the trigger created, we did not insert any records. Now I want to insert records. I want to insert records into employee table. Insert into employee values. What are the values? A, HYD, first record. B, HYD. C, HYD. So today business day completed. Assume that if you see the data from original table, if you see the data from original table, you can see new data also, but you don't know these three are the new records. You can't say these three records are new records. So how do you know these are the new records came into the table today? Get the data from audit table. Select star from audit new EMP. See here. Here, three employees ABC from Hyderabad registered on so and so date. Status is registered. Understand? If you want to store time, you can also store time also. Okay. Similarly, if any data deleting from the table, you can catch that data into audit table by creating one more trigger for the delete operation. How? Here I am creating trigger based on insert operation. You can also create another trigger based on delete operation. Similarly, you can also create other trigger for update operation. For each trigger, you should also create audit table. This is audit new. Similarly, create audit update and trigger. Again, another table, create, audit delete and then other trigger. Two more triggers you need to create for the purpose of update operation and delete operation on the table. So this is about triggers. I hope you understand. Here I have given one example. How to maintain uniform business data like this, and also how to maintain audit information for new data. Similarly, audit information about changed data, audit information about deleted data also. Okay, so here I have given some examples. See, for our update, here for audit table and trigger. See, audit delete table, audit delete table. Okay, next one, trigger. And we have some other concept is there that we will discuss tomorrow. It's a very small concept. After that, we will discuss about collections. Collections is the last topic. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. Thank you all of you. This part we will discuss tomorrow.